Hey guys, welcome to another podcast. This is episode 4. Today is... What is today? Today's March the 28th.
Today is Leak Day.
Leak Day?
Yeah.
Leak Day.
What is Leak Day?
It's March 28th.
Oh, it's March 28th, 2007. Thanks for watching from the past. Anyway, guys, I'm John for Cartridge Blast Gamers. Today I am joined with...
Jonah.
And...
Carmine.
You almost forgot his name.
No, I did.
Okay, you did?
I did.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Carmine.
from Cartridge Blast Gamers.
What happens when you get older? Things just start leaving you.
So, yeah, guys, thanks for watching and or listening, because we're going to drop this on Thursdays on the audio, as you know, and then we're going to be doing the video segments Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on our YouTube channel. So.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, too, with the video segments, we're pretty much just breaking up 3 topics at a time. One topic goes out each individual day.
Right.
So you can get a little bit of goodness every one of those days.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Just make sure you watch everything, though. I don't want you to skip a day and have just incomplete experience.
Exactly. But guys, thanks for listening. So yeah, let's talk about our first topic, which is a couple of leaks actually came out past few days, and we have a Call of Duty and a Destiny leak.
Yes.
Now, the Call of Duty one, that, I don't know, what do you think? Was that surprising?
World War II?
You ruined it for them, yes.
For context, we saw a promotional image of Call of Duty World War II. I guess is the title that they're running with right now.
It's not really surprising, because Battlefield's going back in time also. So it's kind of like they're still having a rivalry, but copying each other, just going back into the...
Right. They're trying to go back to what worked for them.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing was, too, is that on the investor call, where they talked about, how Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, a lot of people didn't take the whole futuristic element of it, and that they were going back to the roots. Everybody kind of knew that this was going to be it. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody knew that they were going to go back to the past, but I think the uncertainty was pretty much where in the past they were going to end up. Was it going to be World War II? Was it going to be Vietnam War? Was it going to be World War I, like Battlefield? And it seems to be that's going to be World War II, which isn't surprising because that's where it all started for them.
Yeah, exactly. And, we went all the way up into space, so... And I guess...
There's just no further you can go.
I mean, like we were saying in our video of it when we were doing it, when does it stop becoming a Call of Duty game and then just some sort of alien
sci-fi shooter?
Exactly. Like there was going to be aliens in the next one, something like that. So it's, I guess they had to kind of reboot, if you will.
I'm kind of glad that we stopped it before it got to aliens, because then it would just be a whole nother issue. It'd just be completely not Call of Duty anymore.
Call of Duty Alien Warfare, right there.
Yeah. And Call of Duty in space.
Then we would have had xenomorphs and predators fighting each other while we had to complete the mission.
You're getting a little out there right now.
Before we leave that topic, though. Come on, you said you buy most of the Call of Duty
I've played
games,
every
right?
single Call of Duty campaign as of this time. Because every year what happens is, Jonah, is I'm like, I'm not going to get this Call of Duty. But something happens. I just happen to find money somewhere. Or happen to have, there's some sort of trade bonus or something. And I end up getting Call of Duty. I don't know how. But it happens.
It's just Call of Duty piggy bank.
Yeah, it just magically comes up. And, I'm not even, a huge fan. The last multiplayer I really put in time to was probably Black Ops. I spent some time playing Black Ops 2, I spent a little time playing Black Ops 3 multiplayer, Infinite Warfare, spent a little bit of time, but I guess I enjoy the campaigns. Yeah. I just don't want to, I want to be in that conversation of where the campaigns are. Mm-hmm. And it seems like I kind of get steered in one direction with the campaigns, because I feel like IGN, Polygon, GameSpot, all these news outlets are always this year the Call of Duty campaign is actually really good. Yeah. And they don't usually score anything lower than an 8.
Yeah.
So it's probably a little bit of me buying into the hype, but it works every year for me.
Yeah, they
and I tell myself, I'm definitely gonna play the multiplayer this year, a lot. I'm gonna at least prestige.
I'm gonna own it, go in there,
and then I jump in and I get destroyed.
It's because you didn't
mercilessly.
You don't play it 24/7.
I've never really been too into Call of Duty. I played Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, but I never went into multiplayer with Black Ops and only played a little bit of multiplayer Modern Warfare 2. So I played the campaign for both games, and I played zombies in one game, Call of Duty Zombies. Not sure which one though, and I never got far.
I played a lot of zombies in World at War, which was really good. I like that. That's when they first introduced zombies, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because that was the same year that Left 4 Dead came out, and that was like when they were like, all right, I guess we got to do zombies or something with zombies.
Well, that was I like that game actually because they introduced something new, because they had, and that was not Infinity Ward, that was the.
That was Treyarch, the ones
Treyarch.
that are doing the Black Ops games recently.
So because for me, I jumped in mostly. I played Call of Duty 2 when it first came out for Xbox 360 just because the graphics looked amazing. It was such a fun campaign to play.
Yeah, not much has changed in the graphics, so it's
exactly.
Still there.
Well, it seems like the same engine, but then,
well, they update it every so often.
The skins get a little more texture.
Yeah,
but then I played Call of Duty 3, and I just remember playing the multiplayer on that for a while. That was fun. Yeah. I liked that. And that was World War II. That was that was the last time
they were in World War II. Yep. And then we started getting modern stuff and futuristic stuff, and kind of carried on from there.
It's gonna be interesting to see what they bring back with them to back in time.
Yeah, I mean I'm glad that they're going back there because I have such a fond memory of even play World at War or the original Call of Duties. Just having that M1 reload sound, which is clang.
Bing!
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's and then there's a reload and it just those old weapons I feel balanced out the playing field. You kind of had to choose with how you were going to go and play that multiplayer game because not every weapon was for everybody.
Yeah.
Where I feel and they all kind of had their own little personality. I feel the Call of Duties now, you can pick whatever weapon you want and you could probably be fine.
Right.
There's certain ones that probably give you a bit of an edge, but you could probably be fine with any weapon that you choose.
Yeah. And I wonder how much, because speaking of that, we found out when we played Battlefield 1, that was the first bold step to take things back, take a back step, and then you realize while playing multiplayer, it's wow, it's kind of, everyone's sort of in a level playing field because...
In a sense, yeah.
Because
unless you play every day, every hour.
Now you're back to snipers in towers and stuff like that.
Yeah, or just camped on the outlines of the map, just sniping from across the map in their nice little safe area.
Yeah.
Here's a question though about Battlefield 1 going back. What was it? What was the title? Battlefield 1?
Yeah. It's just Battlefield 1, yeah.
Right. So
which makes no sense because it's not actually the first Battlefield.
Yeah.
It's just World War 1, so they still called it Battlefield 1.
So we went back in
Xbox
time.
One.
Yep.
And do you think it was better than some of the more recent ones aside from some of the more futuristic Battlefields? Do you think that's something it needed to do?
The current stuff? I mean, it's hard because I remember when PlayStation first came out, I played so much Battlefield 4. I played so much to the point where I'm I'm good for a little while. I don't need another Battlefield game. And I jumped back into Battlefield 1 because it was something different.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if they needed to. I think a lot of it had to do with they probably heard the outcry from some Call of Duty fans hey, go back, stop with this boosting and wall running, the boosting and the wall running and all that other stuff. And they kind of jumped on that right away. And that's why I think they got Battlefield 1 out this year. And good for them because now it's Activision is trying to follow suit after the fact that they already got this game out. And I say that, but obviously games aren't made in a year. So this is a choice that Sledgehammer made at least probably 2-3 years ago to make a World War II game.
Yeah.
But I think it's the right move. And just like we talked about off mic, just the grounded gameplay, I think is going to bring a lot of people that have fallen off from it and bring them back to the fold and bring them into a World War II game that's been updated with probably a lot of different customizations and a lot of different game mechanics that have been added over the years, but in like I said, a grounded multiplayer and a grounded campaign. So I look forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything with that. And
what was the last one that you played, Jonah?
Probably Black Ops.
Black Ops is the last one? Black Ops is really good.
And I didn't even play it at launch, I think.
That was the best campaign.
I pre-owned. But for Call of Duty, what are we talking about? For Call of Duty, John, you play a lot of the multiplayer?
For Call of Duty, mostly. I mean, I try to play the campaigns with everything, just because I don't know. I find it's easier to kind of jump into the multiplayer once you get a grasp of all the mechanics and things. I enjoy the effort they
and
Yeah, I mean, they're like
the effort they put into the campaign, because, you know, a lot of people do not play the campaign. They'll just jump into the multiplayer, and I think you're only playing half the game.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes the quarter, depending on how well the campaign is actually
Yeah, I think
made.
Mm-hmm. The campaigns, they're just like blockbuster flicks. Like, you just want to jump in. You'll beat the game in probably 7-8 hours, like 2 nights maybe.
Yeah.
If you really focus on it. And then people go in and they just enjoy themselves playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, it kind of is an introduction to the game, the mechanics, weapons, so on and so forth. So you have a little bit better of an understanding as you're going into the multiplayer aspect of it. So
Right.
I think they serve a purpose. But even like looking at Battlefield 1, like looking at, they looked at the data for like what was actually being played in, as far as the campaign goes. And there was only like 10% of people that had Battlefield 1 actually even did anything in the campaign.
Yeah.
Or played in the campaign. So.
And you figure all the efforts they put into making the story, trying to do different, you know, trying to make it unique, and then it's just like, well,
But
no one seems to care.
Yeah, and that's the other side of this, and this is probably a topic in itself. So I'm not going to go too much into it now. But you look at like Titanfall, like everybody was clamoring for a campaign, you know, and this Titanfall didn't do that well, mostly because of the placement between Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Right.
But then you also have everybody was so upset with Battlefront because there was no campaign for Battlefront, and now they're putting it in. Mm-hmm. But now once they put it in,
no one's going to want to play it.
Are people going to play it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's hardcore Star Wars fans, so I think in the long run, it's probably good for them to do it. But
yeah, because when I look back at, I know this is on that same, it's kind of off topic with Call of Duty, but with campaigns, I remember Battlefront 2 came out, and a lot of that's the Star Wars game. That's the one that, you know, had a lot of the co-op stuff that you can go into, and you can play the storyline and different things like that. And it was really awesome. The storylines were great, and the campaign was awesome. That's what I think that this would do well if you can do like the co-op stuff. Like, okay, jump in with 4 friends or more, go through the entire campaign, like the full campaign, and kind of just go at it and have it. They'll probably maybe even open plan instead of having like, because Call of Duty always had that go here, go here, go here, go here. You know what I mean? It was always just this narrative structure. There wasn't much open anything to it. Maybe if they opened it up a bit and introduce some co-op, maybe that'll help.
yeah, I don't know why, but they've really stayed away from the co-op end of it as far as like the campaign goes. They usually always leave the co-op element just zombies. Like the wave-based zombies mode. That's their kind of answer for co-op. And I don't know and I think it has a lot to do with what you find in some other games. Like when you have those big cinematic moments in Call of Duty, sometimes that's spawned by another player going too far in the level. And I think they want to avoid that by only making it a single-player campaign.
Right. Yeah, they do. I guess story-wise, it's hard to do when you have...
Yeah, these big epic moments where there's fighter jets, and you're like jumping from fighter jet to fighter jet.
Seems pretty
all
realistic.
Other stuff.
I need that to be in World War II.
Yeah, it would make total sense in World War II.
I want my fighter jets in World War II.
Absolutely.
So what else are you expecting from Call of Duty, Jonah? What do you think World War II? Where do you think they're going to take it? Think they're going to follow the same old story, like D-Day?
What would get Jonah to play the Call of Duty game again?
I would like Nazi zombies to be a super huge part of the game. Not like.
I mean, they're gonna have they'll have Nazi zombies, I'm sure, but like.
Yeah, I'd
like make them part of the campaign.
Yeah, I want there to. No, people would hate that. I would love
maybe
that.
not. I mean, not.
I would
people
love
may not
that.
hate that.
They would probably be sued of like, well, it's too much like Dead Rising, even though it's not. Well, it's too much like this or The Walking Dead or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they're Activision. They just do what they want. They don't care.
That's true. They'll just throw cash at like another producer and be like, so what?
Be like,
so what are you gonna do?
You're dismissed.
Yeah. What you would expect from a Call of Duty game, I wouldn't really care too much about.
Yeah.
So that's why I haven't really been buying any of the Call of Duty games. But if you make it ridiculous, I would love it.
I mean,
that's basically it.
I mean, for me, the Call of Duties, they kind of dried up after Modern Warfare 2, I would say. And then I got Black Ops 2. But that was just to play, or no, I got Call of Duty Ghosts, I'm sorry, but that was just to play for multiplayer. Yeah.
Was that one bad?
That one's bad.
I do like the fact, I like the mode that you can, that you shoot and then you get a new gun. Like, I love that mode.
Yeah, we did the Let's Play of Call of Duty 4, the gun game.
Right.
Right, that's what it's called?
Yeah, the gun game. But that wasn't introduced till the later ones. But
yeah.
I did like Infinite Warfare from what we played.
Yeah, I mean,
that was cool.
I liked the campaign in Infinite Warfare. I thought it was definitely one of the better campaigns recently.
Like you said,
all the campaigns are kind of good. Like the Sledgehammer Advanced Warfare, they had Kevin Spacey, and I pretty much bought it because I wanted to play the campaign with Kevin Spacey in it. So that was good. I think they all had their kind of ups and downs, pros and cons, but like Ghost was just so generic. Like, so generic, and I think they kind of misrepresented what the campaign was about. Like, all the trailers that they showed with Ghost was pretty much, like, I felt like it was going to be like me against the world. You know what I mean? Like, small little, quiet little teams that had to do everything all stealthy.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. You had air support, you had all this other nonsense. I was like, this is not the game I wanted.
Is that the game where they at E3 they talked about how a big feature of the game was having a dog?
Yes,
companion?
that was the dog one. That was the dog. The year of the dog.
I remember that.
As I like to call it.
It was the Fable 2 of Call of Duty.
Yes.
But no, and then I didn't really even have. I don't even think I played the campaign. I played it for multiplayer, but yeah, I didn't have interest till I saw Infinite Warfare, and I mean, I'm glad they're going back, to be honest, because like you said, where do you go from there? You can't up it. You're in space. Where do you?
Yeah, it's either aliens, time travel. There's only so far you can go.
Yeah, so now they're going to recycle everything. They're going to try how World War II does with this, and maybe it's basically kind of. I feel like they're rebooting it because now they, a younger generation will probably jump on it.
Yeah, I think so. I think the time's right. I still think you're gonna have people like, oh my god, I can't go and play and run on the walls or boost jump. I don't have any kind of crazy like drone strikes or some other nonsense.
Just play Titanfall.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that you try to compete as a publisher with everything else that's going on, but then you stop becoming what you are. You become everything else, and that's kind of what it's been doing. And so, I mean, going back to World War II, they kind of started that for the most part. I mean, you had like Medal of Honor back in PS1, that sort of thing. A lot of those shooters.
Medal of Honor was great. I remember playing a lot of Medal of Honor when it first came out. Yeah.
But it's nice to see them go back and with the new technology, and it's going to be like that fast-paced, whatever they're going to do with it. So,
but yeah, I think it's going to take a step back because the mobility's not there.
Yeah,
like you're not going to have grappling hooks, you're not going to have wall running, you're not going to have boosting. So I think that's going to be good. The question is going to be how crazy do they get with it when it comes to like the kill streaks? Because when the last World War II game they only had like I think it was only like 6 or 7 possible kill streaks if I'm not mistaken. So I really don't want them going too crazy on the kill streaks. I want the weapons to be, the weapons from World War II or maybe some experimental weapons. Rifles. Yeah. Like
maybe the twist of this one is they found a time machine and from Infinite Warfare.
No, stop, John. Stop. Don't give them ideas. Stop putting ideas in there.
It's terrible.
No, it's bad. So leave it in zombies.
Like past game, but future, and there's going to be DeLoreans.
No, leave it in zombies.
Michael J. Fox.
This is good.
Leave it in zombies.
I'll call Treyarch.
They can put all the nonsense. They can put all the nonsense they want in zombies. But yeah, so I hope that they kind of keep the nonsense kill streaks down.
Yeah. But I mean, what do you guys think too? Because it's kind of they're kind of pulling like they're coming around to go 360, so they're starting or 180 if you will, but they're going back. Let's just say that they're rebooting. Yeah. So how do you guys feel about that? Let us know down in the comments below because that is interesting. And nowadays everyone wants faster, better, everything, stronger. I was gonna say that, but it did not fit. But anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. And like I said, we're all going based off of what leaked.
That one little
poster.
But we know what World War II is.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're assuming it's going to be very similar. Hopefully they can put a nice little spice in there to mix things up.
Maybe they'll make an announcement soon because, speaking of Destiny 2 leak, that came out the same way, like a poster, and next thing we have trailers and things like that. So, but we're going to talk more about that next time.
Yeah,
because as of recording this now, they're going to release in a couple of days a trailer. So we will have more information about that in the next podcast.